Heyo, it's me, Harper Savage, and today is day 1 of 12 days of arts and coffees. If you don't know what that is where I do an art or craft while cozying up with some coffee. This year we have a new mug. Same brand, but the saying is a little bit different. I'll only have 1 cup. Let's open it up and see what comes inside. So inside, actually, it comes with coffee. Now this year, instead of doing the flavors that we've been doing for the past couple of years now, which I feel like are the same flavors every year, I decided instead of flavored coffee, I would go for syrups and these mixes just because I needed 4 more. Yeah, I'm really excited about that, so let's get to brewing the coffee. Well, I have returned with the coffee. Yes, I put creamer in it just because I can't drink black coffee. And now I have to decide what syrup I'm going to be putting in it because they both have flavors I don't really like amaretto, hazelnut, peppermint bark, white chocolate, so they're like equally not my favorites. And I think I have to do something special for these ones, so we're not going to do these ones just yet. Let's start off with the more basic of syrups. So I think I'm just going to try them in the order they're in the box. So unfortunately we're starting off with hazelnut. Ugh. Oh no, they're not labeled? Should I take them all out of the box and play a guessing game instead? These ones might be a little bit more obvious, but I feel like if I don't have the labels right in front of me, maybe I won't know. So I think we're gonna go ahead and just shuffle them, and I'm gonna guess what flavor they are every day. Mixing up my mixes. You know what, we're gonna start off with this one today. Get out of here. I guess I'll just, add some until I'm, like, satisfied. How do I open this? Alright, let me smell it. Yes, it smells like very concentrated vanilla, but, like, more sweet than typical vanilla, if that makes any sense. I have no idea how much I should be adding, so I guess it will be to my preference. Well, there we go. Adding a ton. Alright, let's try it. Doesn't taste like much, so I'm gonna go with that one's vanilla. Alright, now that that's taken care of, let's go over what we're gonna be doing for the 12 days of arts and coffees. So, this year for 12 days of arts and coffees, I decided I'm gonna be doing all of the, prompt kickoff card thingies from the Arteza Advent Calendar boxes that I got. So, we have 6 projects in each. That equals perfectly out to 12, so what a miracle. So I've decided that I'm going to do my best to only use the supplies that were for that, set of days, and I'm also not going to follow the prompts, perfectly. The first one is the Be Merry one. I'm not into bees, so I'm not going to be recreating Tiffany's signature bee painting. But yes, here is the prompt card. Says the season to be merry. Get started on Tiffany's signature bee painting on day 1 of supplies. Get excited. Over the next few days, you'll get additional colors to complete this masterpiece. Use loose expressive strokes when adding your colors and details, and layer and mix your paints until your bee is all buzzed with holiday cheer. Like I said, I don't really like bees, so I'm probably not going to do the bee part, but I will be using the supplies and maybe sticking to the insect part. So here's the set of supplies for the first project in the painting advent calendar. I am going to be allowing myself to use extra tools if I need them, more paintbrushes, palette knife, even though that did come in the advent calendar. It's just, you need to mix your paints. And perhaps some other markers and things just to embellish here and there. That being said, let's get started. So I'm going to be using a paint marker here to kind of do my sketch. The only downside is that if I get the paint marker in a place I don't put any paint, you'll see it. So I have to plan very carefully here. I've decided, because this is so long, I want to do a moth wing, just one, the one side. I guess I should plan out the wings before I put the body in, right? Because the wings are going to take up most of the canvas. Well, this paint marker does not work on this, so there goes that. I'm going to sketch in yellow instead because it'll match the background a little bit better in case I do mess up. Alright, let's get to painting. Maybe this brush is too small. That's better. Didn't want to get my background messed up on the first video. Already out of juice. Alright, first layer done. Gotta wait for it to dry, of course. In the meantime, I'll drink some coffee. I went ahead and put another coat in between drying sessions here, so still see the gold shining through it, but I'll work with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what kind of moth I'm trying to base this off of. It's called the Low moth. L-O. And it looks like this. This is my little book of moths and butterflies. And I'm gonna go for the female look, I think. Let's hope I can mix brown. I'm not very good at mixing colors, but we shall try. I am using the paint palette that came from one of the advent calendars this year, but I do have a different paint palette knife that came from a different advent calendar. So maybe I'm cheating, maybe I'm not, I don't know. Reasons why I don't like mixing colors, because then I end up mixing too much or too little and can't color match very well. If it wasn't obvious, I don't like to clean my brush in between because I like to blend directly on the canvas. So that's why I think I should try oil paints, because they don't dry as quick, but also I'm terrified of them. I think it's interesting that the cinnamon orange is so red, and the color I mixed is closer to what their swatch looks like. Just wanted to point that out there. Alright, so I have some downtime while this is drying, and I have a lot of extra paint, so I'm going to show you guys what I do with it. so I don't waste it. Careful, careful, careful. So I usually grab a sketchbook that I think is a good size for how much paint is left over. In this case, I'm going to be using this size, which is a 5.5 by 8.5. And as you can see, I have a couple of pages already like this. And if you guys like to see a video on like me doing something with these pages, let me know in the comments. Usually just, you know, smack it everywhere. No rhyme or reason. And then we wait for this to dry before closing the book back up. Alright, looks like my coffee's done. That means it's time for the reveal. Here it is in all its glory. Pick it up so you can see it without the glare. I personally like it a lot better when it's not so shiny. I did not varnish it yet. I am concerned about it losing its like metallic finish if I varnish it. But also we didn't get varnish in the first 4 days, so can't do it yet, right? Right? That's the rules, right? So now that I've actually painted on this canvas thing, I think I can like talk a little bit more about it. The colors did not show up very opaque over it, so I had to put a couple layers down before I could really build on top of it. It's an interesting idea. I don't think I'd ever like want to do it again on a metallic canvas like this. It's just very plasticky. I don't know how else to describe it. And because it's so, like, it's such a shape, because it's so rectangular, it was hard for me to really figure out anything else to do on here. And that's why I feel like this prompt was really not meant for this scroll canvas thing, because the original bee, if you recall, is a square ratio. So I don't know how anyone would have gotten, like, use out of this canvas. If they were doing like a square shape, that would like leave so much extra stuff above and below. But people can be creative, you know, and think of things to add in. But this is how I interpreted the project. Though paint is always difficult for me to film just because of the light fixture being right over me. It like makes everything shiny and like glare everywhere. I don't know what to do about that still. I moved and I still have the same problem. Like, I don't know. But that is going to be it for me today. If you want to see any of last year's 12 Days of Arts and Coffees while you wait for the other ones to come out, go ahead and tap this playlist here. If you want to catch up on anything you missed, you can go ahead and tap the video here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTube things of comment, liking, subscribing, and turning on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!